Welcome to day 659 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by Deso World. They are an app built on the Deso blockchain. So, Brian, it's good to be home in Fort Myers, Florida. We had a quick trip to Maryland over the last 2 days, but it's always good to come back.
Yeah, so we flew out to Maryland on Thursday morning. Then we appeared on TimCast Thursday evening, and then flew back yesterday. I got back around 4 p.m. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to take part in the recording. I think so far there's been 250,000 people viewed the video. And we actually had a few minutes where we spoke about Deso. I'm going to play a clip right here about where we talked about federated social media, decentralized social media, and Deso. This is just a clip. I'll post a link to it later today.
Humanity are exposed on the internet. I don't know if there's a
solution. So Deso, I was talking to you about Deso, which is Deso.com, decentralized social media. What they do is they have a database, a blockchain, and all that data can get into the blockchain, but people can flag it. And the apps that are running on that blockchain can choose what they want to show or not. So they could say, post flagged by Tim or flagged by X amount of people just won't show on my node. So I think there is a solution. I think we'll get there.
Use like a government.
I mean, if someone posts something illegal, they should be dealt with by the authorities. The authorities, though, are aiding and abetting a lot of this stuff, which is disgusting. So that's the first place that I would look into.
And I want to add this. How do you defend highways when people in cars traffic children on highways? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to blame the Fediverse because bad people do bad things. We got to stop bad people from doing bad things.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to randomly see bad things either, because then you're doing something bad.
Well, I mean, like, we got to think about it. If you're driving down the highway and you see someone committing a crime, you report it. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, stop.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's see.
Definitely check out Deso.com.
Yeah, tell me about Deso really quick.
Yeah. So it's decentralized social media, and basically where you have the data is actually decentralized on a blockchain, and you can have different nodes. So you can have like Twitter.com, you can have Brian.com. We can pull up that data and censor it however we want, but that data can never be fully censored because it's on the blockchain and anybody can pull it up. So it kind of solves the censorship debate.
But yeah, I think that, like Ash said, there's touch points, just getting the word out. We had really good discussion with Ian, who actually is one of the co-founders of another social media platform called Minds, and he really understood the decentralized nature of Deso. We had a long conversation before the show and after the show with him. I got a lot of good feedback, got a lot of, I think it was just an interesting conversation. We met some guy that was the creator of Bitcoin Magazine, which is actually a physical magazine. He was on hand there, part of the media that was hanging out at Tim's production studio.
Yeah, it was fun. I told him to check out Deso as well, and I also told him to check out NFTZ. He wrote it down, so I assume he's going to be looking into it. So hopefully it gets some good eyes on Deso.
Yeah.
So moving on, let's talk about the Princeton Deso Hackathon. I guess it's not really a hackathon, it's a startup competition between Princeton and Deso. Natter made a post yesterday, and we have more updates. We talked about this a little bit a few days ago. It's going to run between February 4th and February 28th. It's going to be a 4-week hackathon style event made for students looking to create and launch the next big thing, they call it. And the startup pitches are going to be live streamed, like we mentioned. Over $50,000 in prize money will be awarded, or in prizes will be awarded. It's going to get the attention of top investors all over the world. It's going to be an opportunity to receive future funding and mentorship. So that's really cool for some of these college kids who are really looking to build something. And there's going to be Deso and Carhartt branded swag and merchandise, which is really cool. If you don't know who Carhartt is, it's a big clothing brand, very cool clothing. Can't wait to see some of the swag that comes out between that partnership.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. 50,000 in prizes, that's big. And I guess this is in addition to the extra Deso that they're going to be giving some of the students to invest into these projects. I'm not positive, but it seems that way. But this is a big undertaking, and I think that it definitely could help the developer community on Deso. But moving on, Desocial World, they've announced their post to earn winners for this last week. Of course, this is sponsored by Artbot. They have been sponsoring this weekly post to earn giveaway for Desocial World. Remember, those who post the most on Desocial World and engage the most on Desocial World, they're going to get points, and those points transfer to winnings of cash, cold hard cash in Deso. And number one was Stargazer, who won $10, followed by Randir, who won $9, John Jordan, who won $8, Elric Ericos won $7, Don Barnhart won $6, Vampire Campfire $5, Zoran $4, and Michelle Lord $3. And of course, there's 42 other winners who all walked away with $1 in Deso. Love this. Love what Desocial World's doing, and thanks to Artbot.
Yeah, and Malsify provided an update. So we talked a lot about Open Fund. It used to be DAO, now it's Open Fund. And DAO used what we call Dao coins, but Malsify said they're now changing the name of Dao coins just to Deso tokens, which I think is an awesome idea. He said that they considered calling them flex coins as well as project coins, but ultimately decided on the idea of calling them Deso tokens, which I 100% agree with. I'm not a big fan of flex coins or project coins. DAO Swap's also going to be renamed, and DAO Swap's going to be renamed Deso Dex, Deso DEX. And he said sometimes it's going to be referred to as a social order book, but we now have Deso Dex and Deso tokens on Deso.
I like this. I think that they're branding using the Deso branding for this. So it's going to add touch points for Deso. People are going to start hearing more about Deso as they use DAO coins, as they use DAO Swap. They're referring to it with the Deso terminology, which in my opinion is a great idea, great marketing strategy moving forward. I like it.
Yeah, and I mean, like project coins might not work for some projects or for some individuals or organizations that are using Deso tokens. I think Deso tokens is kind of very broad. So Cyberpunk Apes, we talked about them yesterday. They're teasing something big for number 100. They said they teased some more stuff about what's coming, and I don't want to read into it too much, but what they said, I'll just read what they posted. Of all the speculations about the future of Cyberpunk Apes after number 100, we want to assure holders that the supply of Cyberpunk Apes won't ever increase. In fact, it will start to decrease in an interesting way. So I have no idea what they're doing, but it sounds very intriguing.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to be adding value to those who own them, especially if they start burning NFTs or something like that. It's going to be interesting to see for sure. But there's some big Deso news as well, and that is that Deso is going to be listed on Gate.io on January 19th. Thanks to TKS KKD for posting this, of course, and Martijn van Halen, M. Van Halen on Deso for pointing it out to us. But yeah, another exchange listing, right? This is definitely a positive, and it seems like Nader and team are working hard to get Deso on more exchanges and get more eyeballs and more avenues to onboard new users to Deso.
More exchanges, the better, in my opinion. So as many of you know, NFTZ's the only place where you view and post live timed Deso NFT auctions. Just go to nftz.me/auctions, and you can see a list of the auctions that are ending in the next couple of days. I do want to highlight a couple that are ending today. Elric Ericos, a Deso OG photographer on Deso, has one of his photographs from the New York Renaissance Fair up for auction, ending at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a photo of a lady playing the harp. Really cool. Check it out. And Art Lover 4_ has their Starry Eyes NFT ending tomorrow morning, early morning, and it's priced with a minimum bid of just 0.5 Deso. So not a bad deal, right?
Yeah, and love both those. Elric, of course, is an amazing photographer, and Art Lover is doing amazing things as well. So the top NFT bidders over the last 24 hours, Thanks to NFTZ for this list. These people bid on the most Deso blockchain NFTs in the last day. Mad Monkey, followed by Steadfast LLC, Jay Vega, Creepy Poe, Mr. Music, Johan Holmberg, Dragonstone, Homie, OTZ Gallery, and FP Fund. And the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Altumbase for this list. These people received the most diamonds or tips, if you want to call them that, on their posts and replies on the Deso blockchain in the last 24 hours. Striga, followed by Story, Jay Happy, Panini, Diego Robot Sketchbook, Now and Then, Stargazer, The Junkyard Waltz, Diego Robot, and Elric Ericos.
Diego got up there twice. Cool trick. Anyhow, everybody have a great rest of your day, rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.